My name is Michael Groves, and I will be talking about the transition challenge from childhood to adulthood when you get to college. The biggest transition challenge is going from childhood to adulthood. This is because you start facing the real world by yourself. You learn to start doing things adults would mainly do, which that can include handling your own time management, making sure you stay on top of things, having to get a job, and making sure you clean your dorm room and or apartment every so often. And there are many things that you never know and understand until you become a first-year student and starting to live on your own. Almost every child growing up depended on their parents or guardians to handle your time management. They stayed on top of you to make sure that you're making good grades, and they provided 3 meals a day for you. You really have to learn how to grow up and start taking initiative for yourself. Challenges that might help that. Like myself, I grew up in a very southern and country type area that I moved 4 hours away from home to a city. The transition for me was very tough, but that's where you step up and realize that you're entering adulthood, and the only person that can get through tough times is yourself. So why is this important? This is important because this is something that all first-year students tend to deal with. Many students, like myself, relied on their parents to do everything for them growing up. Once you start living on your own and having to make decisions for yourself, that's when you have to kick it into adulthood. As a young adult, many parents taught you to never drink, never smoke, and to not do anything that would put yourself in serious harm or danger. When you've been told that time after time, you know what is right and wrong. Then you step into your own life and you get put into a situation that could ruin your future, a scholarship, and possibly take your life. And that's when you have to realize that stepping into adulthood is more important than putting yourself in harm, and how are you going to get out of that harm if you do get in a harmful situation. So who am I focusing on? This particular topic focuses on all first-year students. The reasoning behind that is first-year students are fresh to college. They have never done anything on their own. They've always relied on parents for most of everything, and now they are having to learn the transition to being an adult. All non-first-year students have a general idea of what it takes to be an adult in college. They have had to deal with it, so they have experience at some point in their freshman year. First-year students have to learn as soon as they get here to start doing things on their own and how to handle their own business. Some campus resources here at UNC Asheville. One of the biggest resources and best resources like people like myself can offer to someone is the Health and Counseling Center. While you are here, you may or may not run into issues that you might need to talk and discuss with somebody. The staff at the Health and Counseling Center at UNC Asheville are great and trustworthy people. And like I said, in college, there's a great chance that you will encounter an issue, whether that be getting into a nasty argument, not liking the people here, putting yourself in a harmful situation, and so much more. The staff there is more than willing to walk you through, talk to you, and help you with all of your issues. This relates to entering adulthood because going to them shows that you can handle situations without having to get your parents involved. Like myself, I can't just call my parents when I have an issue and expect them to drive here right away. You have to step out of your comfort zone, be an adult, and go have a mature conversation with the trustworthy and helpful people here at this campus. Sources for my advice. I have 3 sources. My first source is how to help young people transition into college or to adulthood. My second source and my third source are videos of freshmen here at UNC Asheville, and these recorded videos are current first-year students here. They share out both of their experiences as a first-year student and how they had to transfer from childhood to adulthood. I chose one male and one female to show resemblance from both points of view. The first one is Bryce Fisher.
Hey there, I'm Bryce Fisher. I'm a first-year student here at UNC Asheville. I was going to talk a little bit about transferring from childhood to adulthood while coming to college. And the big thing for me was the increasing amount of responsibility and accountability I I had to make sure I was responsible and accountable for all of my assignments and schoolwork, but also all my lifts and stuff in my sport. Another important thing for transferring to adulthood is important to become more responsible and accountable for all the things you do. You know, from here on out, it's up to you to do your own work instead of parents and other people pushing you. You have to push yourself. So that's the big thing in learning. You have to be able to push yourself and apply yourself to do the things you want to do. And some people who have helped me is, my roommates, my suite mates have helped me, but also my teammates. You know, we've kept each other accountable and we've pushed each other to be the best people we can be, but also the best players and students we can be. So I appreciate them for pushing me every day. And I just want to wish all the incoming students good luck for next year. Good luck. Go Bulldogs.
The second video is a recording of Olivia Roptoy.
Hi, I'm Olivia Roptoy, and I'm a first-year student here at UNC Asheville. I want to talk about how transferring from adulthood to childhood was hard for me because I had to realize I had to live on my own and make my own decisions, and I couldn't rely on my parents anymore. It's important because you're getting a taste of the real world, and the people that have helped me the most this year are reaching out to my professors, my classmates, and just relying on myself. And I'm going to wish all the incoming first-year students good luck and go Bulldogs.
And here is the link to how to help young people transition into adulthood. This is a great link that many first-year students should read, and it will help if you're going through a hard time. It will help you get through and understand what it means to enter adulthood. My personal advice, being a first-year student has gone very well so far. I've been able to learn new material, meet new friends, and play the sport I love, which is baseball. I've also had to learn how to be an adult, had to learn that I have to make my own decisions, keep my own time management, and rely on my personal references to get me through my first semester. It is important to learn to transfer from childhood to adulthood because this is a critical time of life to grow up. Being on your own is your first step to being an adult. Now doing everything an adult would do, like handling time management, getting a job, handling your own schedule, and making sure you stay on top of everything is now up to me. This is important to share out because this is something everybody has to deal with at some point in their life. And it's better to hear it coming from somebody that just experienced it than try and figure it out on your own. And this quote right here just came from Michael Groves, better known as myself.